Hozay in Hollywood, exposing creeps in town who ain't so good. Where any no-talent hack with a big bulging sack used to be an overnight star. Where a drop of your drawers to studio whores used to get you prime seating in bars. Hozay in Hollywood. They say it's your body, do what you think you should. On his bedpost you're a notch, or kick him in the crotch if they claim they can make you a star. They say I'll make you famous, just open your anus, easy as driving a car. Ho! Ho! Hozay in Hollywood. I speak the truth, it really ain't so good. Despite the Me Too movement, it still needs improvement, even though Harvey's in jail. Piece of shit producers are still abusers, chasing their own piece of tail. Hozay in Hollywood, exposing creeps who ain't so good. So keep your knees together, enjoy this weather, but don't expect any change soon. There will be lots of auditions and changing conditions, and Alec Baldwin is still a buffoon. Ho! Ho! My name is Hozay Smith, and I kick ass.
Hozay in Hollywood is brought to you by Benson Laboratories, makers of Coletroper. Have a hangnail? How about terminal cancer? Ask your doctor if Coletroper is right for you. Do not take Coletroper if you're allergic to it. Some side effects may include a slow, painful, excruciating death. Has also been known to cause dry mouth, upset stomach, and in some cases, makes your head explode. Before taking Coletroper, make sure your affairs are in order and your last will and testament signed by a witness. Always trust science. They know more than you. They're smarter than you. How do we know? Because they said so.
Ladies and gentlemen, moms and dads, boys and girls,
And non-binaries of all ages.
welcome to yet another edition of Hozay in Hollywood.
That's right.
He's Hozay.
I'm Hozay.
And where are you?
New Jersey?
No. Come on, you know.
Yes, Hozay in Hollywood.
We're in Hollywood.
Yes, and that's why we are so close to what's going on. We know what everybody is doing, and my staff is out there. They're digging up the dirt. They're scooping the poop, and you'll hear it first.
You have no staff.
Well, but we're out there scooping the poop and dishing the dirt.
And what happens if you don't find any of that stuff?
We make it up. So let's get to it, because I got a lot of stuff to report and make up too. Yeah. So.
All right.
Introduce me.
Yeah, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Hozay Smith, Hozay in Hollywood.
Thank you, Hammerhead. Alleged and so-called comedian Amy Schumer recently revealed she and her husband must schedule their sex, and it only happens 3 times a year. If I was with Amy Schumer, 3 times a year would be 3 times a year too much. Can't help but think having sex with Amy Schumer, it's kind of like sticking your thing in oatmeal.
Ouch.
I got more. The $5 million home of Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban in Beverly Hills was vandalized last week. This is just one of 7 homes that the Australian couple own around the world. Urban is still struggling with the fact that Kidman is 3 inches taller than him, but the benefit is he can motorboat her breasts without having to bend over.
You got more?
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, let's hear it.
Mark Hamill of Star Wars fame left guests horrified as his pants fell down while presenting an award at the British Academy of Film and Television. The pants apparently were too big and revealed a hefty trail of toilet paper hanging from his butt. Very sad. Close friends have confirmed that Hamill is toilet trained, but he has been plagued by weak kidneys and a case of irritable bowel syndrome. So I guess he hasn't quite found the force. Yeah, that's Hozay in Hollywood for this week. And there's more next week.
You're ruthless.
Yes, I am. I'm feeling very ruthless this week. I'm without Ruth.
That's great. Will we be hearing from the Hollywood Gigolo?
Yes, I have a Hollywood Gigolo episode and talk about servicing 2 clients.
Not at the same time.
I can barely handle one.
Yeah, not surprised. Other than that, how did the week go?
The week?
Yes, this past week. How did the week go?
I'm sorry, Hammerhead. Yeah, I was, as a former presidential candidate, I am respected wherever I go.
Kind of like carrying the American Express card?
Yeah, I guess.
No, there were commercials years ago where whoever carried the American Express card, they were respected wherever they go.
Yeah, right, yeah, okay.
So people know that you were a former presidential candidate?
They know. I'm stopped in grocery stores, gas stations, PTA meetings.
I didn't know that you went to a PTA meeting.
Well, sometimes I go there just to see if I'm going to be recognized.
You like that, don't you?
Yes, Hammerhead, I must confess that I love the attention.
And you wanted to be the president of the United States. Why?
Well, the president has unlimited resources, courtesy of Congress, courtesy of taxpayers of the United States.
You mean like an endless supply?
Oh, yeah. There's nothing that the president wants. He can get whatever they want.
So this was why?
Well, I wanted to be, president to show myself a good time.
There are other ways of showing yourself a good time.
Yeah, but this would be top of the heap, Hammerhead. Top of the heap. Big plane, White House, parties every night.
And the business, doing the people's business?
Well, people can do their own business. I'm not going to get involved.
Oh, that's not good. Well, that's why you didn't get elected.
Well, I learned from this experience. And, I can, learn from that.
How's the family doing?
I spoke to my brother Cephas last week.
I still can't get over his. That's not his birth name.
No, he changed it.
His given name?
Thomas.
Thomas. He didn't like Thomas?
Apparently not.
But why Cephas?
Hammerhead. If I knew the answer to that and other questions, I'd be the frickin' president.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you talked to Cephas this past week.
Yeah. He had said to me, if you're elected president, can you make me the director?
Director of what?
He didn't care. He just wanted a title, cushy job, big salary.
Like most politician hand-me-downs.
Yeah. Well, you see, that's it. When you're elected, you get to bring in your own people. That's the beauty of winning the election. You get to choose, and you can't make all the rules, but you can make, like some of the rules.
Okay.
And so, I thought maybe, I'd have a shot.
So Cephas wanted to be a director.
Yes.
Did you hear from any of your other siblings?
They don't really like engaging with me. Let's put it that way.
Your father?
Yeah.
Your father's name is?
Nalon Fred Smith.
Is that one word or two?
One word.
Your dad is Canadian?
He's part Canadian, part non-fat dry milk.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And Mom?
Mom and I, that thing with, the mothers and sons and...
You'd rather not talk about it?
Nothing amusing that I can share. It's only sadness. Deep sadness.
Well, let's move on to something else, something that's it's a little bit more happy.
Sure.
So sometimes people ask me, they say, this guy that you work with,
Yes.
he was the mayor of what?
Fogarea.
Yeah, I Fogarea. But they ask me, what is Fogarea? And I tell them that on the East Coast, where there are low-lying weather patterns that form very quickly,
Called fog.
that's right. There are signs on the highway that say fog area. You have combined them and made what?
A universal, kind of like an alternative universe domicile called Fogarea.
That's right. And you took over when the fog rolled in.
Correct.
You got your corruption and graft
And bribery.
and bribery money. And then when the fog lifted, you said that you all ran like hell.
That's right. Ran like hell.
Okay. In the meantime, what did you contribute?
Well, Hammerhead, Fogarea really turned out to be a gold mine, the size and scope that we could never really imagine. It was a great way to openly scam the system. Like a city like New Haven had Yale, but we had the University of Fogarea.
You had your own university.
That's correct.
And?
We didn't say the University of Fogarea. We had a short, an abbreviated term.
Called?
FogU.
FogU?
Yeah. And then we had a branch of FogU that was determined to be FogU too.
Okay. All right. Makes sense so far, although I don't know why.
Yeah, no. And one of the great things is we had a football team.
Okay. University of Fogarea had a football team.
That's correct. And they were a corrupt team, and they would throw a game for money.
It's college.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. What did they have a nickname?
Well, there are so many nicknames of college teams: Dragons, Spartans,
Yeah.
Huskies, Pioneers, Bulldogs. And for a while there, we were kicking some things around for our nickname. Somebody came up with the Mutilators. Somebody else came up with the Bedwetters.
The Bedwetters. Here come the Bedwetters of the University of Fogarea.
Yeah, didn't really hit the mark. Somebody else said, how about we call ourselves the Comatose?
Stupid, really.
Oh, stupid took over.
Yeah, apparently so. What did you finally come up with?
We finally decided that we would call ourselves the Fighting Fungus.
The what?
You heard me.
Yeah.
You know what this is. Don't ask.
All right. The Fighting Fungus.
Yes.
Did you have a mascot?
Of course.
Okay. Did the mascot have a costume?
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Kind of consisted of like a bulky, shapeless foam suit of this large green mass, and it was covered with like pus-like nodules.
Like a fungus.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah, and 2 tiny holes for eyes.
Okay.
And at some point, a school tradition was born, as sports teams. When they come out of the locker room, some will high five, the costume mascot.
Is that what your guys did?
Not quite.
Okay. What did your team do when they came out of the tunnel?
They came out of the tunnel, and each player kicked the mascot in the balls.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
No, not possible.
No. Really, it's true.
And the poor student in the suit?
Well, he was a gamer. For, despite the excruciating pain, he would, he'd like recoil from each kick only to present himself for like another one for the next player.
Okay, so he really got into it, did he? Did he wear a cup?
I don't know. I never checked. That was strictly, optional.
But you never really saw the mascot.
Well, no, if you saw him on campus the next week, a guy walking pigeon-toed and crouched over, you knew who was in the suit.
Okay, because he was kicked in the...
Yeah, nuts.
Wow.
And having an institution of higher education was like having a license to print money.
How's that?
Well, we set tuition at a very reasonable price. It was like $1,000 a semester.
Okay.
But student activities fees were unreasonable at $10,000 a semester, but we gave you a lot for your money. We openly helped students forge the paperwork necessary to fraudulently secure student loans.
It's getting ugly.
Yeah, it is. Gets worse. The federal government just, they kept funneling millions of dollars of financial aid to us like clockwork because the government, they didn't care. And we laughed all the way to the bank.
So you helped yourself to some of those funds.
Absolutely.
Wow. What did you use for a campus?
Well, we had to slap something together pretty quick. We didn't have time to build and everything else. So shortly after I took office, a few of us climbed into my limousine.
Yeah.
And we drove around looking for I guess you'd say a suitable site. We played the radio really loud with the windows open. And like after a fast food lunch that we ate in the car.
Yeah. I don't need graphic details. Just tell us.
Well, we tossed the wrappers and paper cups out the window as we cruised through residential neighborhoods.
Okay, this is...
Yeah. Whatever you say, that's what it is. We eventually stumbled onto a new middle school.
Okay.
And it had a lot of room for expansion. So we marched into the school like we owned it. We announced to the principal that through eminent domain...
Yeah, I've heard of that. Some governments actually do use eminent domain when they want a piece of property. They just come in and take it.
Yeah. So we came in and we took over. We determined that the greater good would be served.
By creating your own university?
Yeah. That way we could fleece both the government as well as private lending institutions out of millions of dollars. We walked in, I grabbed the PA system microphone, and I announced that, hello, this is your mayor.
Your mayor?
Yeah, that's what I said. And that school was closed.
You walked in and just closed school?
Correct. That's what power does, Hammerhead. That's what power does. And the people in the office kind of looked at me, and, I just said, go home, and that means you.
You just dismissed the entire school?
Correct.
Zowie, Batman.
Yeah, and I didn't bother to explain what was going on except to say that we needed the building because, I was the mayor. I was the frickin' big deal.
You were a big deal.
Yeah. I had the feeling nobody was really paying attention, and I was not able to, what's the term? Move the pile.
Okay.
So I got back on the PA and I said, look, if you're still here in 2 minutes, we're sending really mean people over to pistol whip your grandmothers.
Here we go with violence.
Sometimes, Hammerhead, you
You really weren't going to do that.
Of course not. But, you're barking into the PA system and you're telling people. And so finally I just yelled, get out!
What happened?
I could feel the building shake as like hundreds of gleeful students and stunned faculty stampeded throughout the hallway. The principal, she was kind of cute. She began to protest, but I was prepared. I said, look, we're starting our own university here, and we'll need a dean of the College of Arts and Sciences.
You told her that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. And like I said, she was, she was cute. So I said, look, we're doing this thing. Do you want the gig?
Just like that.
Just like that. Mm-hmm. She didn't miss a beat. She said, I'll get my things. Here's my phone number. Call me. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of how we took over.
Wow. It's I wouldn't say that it's a fascinating story, but certainly has a level of interest.
Yeah, I thought so.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow.
It's never a dull moment, is there?
No, apparently not. You promised us a gigolo story.
Yes, I did. Yes, the gigolo is up and running, and I had quite an unusual episode this past week. You want to give me a proper introduction?
What would that be?
And now, Hozay Smith, Hollywood gigolo,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that. What am I doing?
Hozay Smith.
Yeah, all right.
Do I have to write it down for you?
No, I think I can remember that. Ladies and gentlemen, here now, Hozay Smith. You know him better as the Hollywood gigolo.
Thank you, Hammerhead. Well, it was a normal day in L.A. It was nice. The sun was out. Birds, as you can hear in the background, were singing. Mm-hmm. Don't interrupt.
Sorry, I keep forgetting.
Yeah, I know you do.
Anyway, go ahead.
All right. Yeah, birds are chirping, and my phone rang. I answered it, and a sultry female voice said to me, Hozay, I need to see you now. Well, another client, another opportunity to deliver that product which only I know how to deliver. Satisfaction. So I hopped in my car and I drove to the address in Beverly Hills. It was a long driveway with a gated fence. I had to, hit the button outside, and a voice came on and said, Don't interrupt.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
So I said, it's me. And she didn't say another word. She buzzed me in. That magnificent gate opened, and I drove in up to the front door. She greeted me with a smile. Hello, she said. I'm Rebecca. Hello, Rebecca, I said. I'm here to deliver satisfaction as only I can do. But as I entered the living room, magnificent living room, and we sat on the couch, she said to me, I'm really not in the mood for complete satisfaction. I'm looking for something else. And of course, as the working gigolo, I'm prepared to, deliver pretty much anything she wants.
Anything?
Don't interrupt.
Sorry. Sorry.
I said, what is it that you're looking for? She said, well, I hear you do a magnificent job swinging naked from the chandelier. Yes, I responded. Yes, I do. She said, well, I'd like to see that, but I'd like to invite a few of my friends over. Well, I was there to perform a service, make some money. So I said, sure, knock yourself out. Within 10 minutes, there were an additional 5 middle-aged women, all sitting on the couch, applauding, waiting for me to strip naked, climb on the little stepladder, attach myself to the chandelier, and begin swinging back and forth, wearing only my Adidas sneakers, and with the family jewels hanging out. I swung back and forth, north to south, and then I stopped, and then I went east to west, east to west. They were smiling and applauding. And then I went northeast to southeast, No, northeast. No, wait a minute. Northeast, southwest. Yeah, that's it. Northeast, southwest. And after that, I went north-northeast to south-southwest. I did that for several minutes. And then I went south-southwest to, I don't know what the hell I did, but I was swinging back and forth. You know, they were laughing, applauding, drinking wine, of course, as I'm swinging naked from the chandelier. Finally, after roughly 10 minutes, I was exhausted. I don't have a lot of upper body strength, and hanging out of that chandelier was more work than I bargained for, because normally when I offer that as a side purchase, I only do that for a couple of minutes.
You get on and get off.
Don't interrupt!
Sorry.
You break my concentration. I am one with the story. You're not going to say anything, right? All right, just shake your head. Okay, thank you, Hammerhead. Well, when it was all over, I dressed. They wanted to shake my hand. A couple of them gave me a little peck on the cheek. Most of them said we haven't laughed this much in years. I was grateful that I could perform a service, make them smile. They smiled. They laughed, actually, but, you know, there were some smiles in there. And, I was paid in cash. And with a wave of her hand, she said, "You can leave now." And off I went. All right, now you can talk.
The story's over?
Yeah, except for the birds.
Were the birds still singing?
Yes, when I went outside, you know, to leave, they were chirping. They were giving that chirp, you know. Chirpy, chirpy, cheep, cheep, you know, that thing.
Wow, that's it was quite a story.
Yeah, it happened and provided me with some working capital, some walking around money, so you know, I could, you know,
Walk around.
I could walk around, sure.
Well, thanks a whole lot for sharing.
Yeah, I thought you'd enjoy that.
Hozay in Hollywood is written and performed by Jack Camarda.
What?
Never mind. It is executive producer is Ron Osborne. And we will thank you for hanging with us. We'll try and do this again next week.
Only better.
Only better. Yeah. Do you have any appointments for the Gigolo this week?
No, not yet. But you know, usually the phone rings. You know, towards the weekend. You know, the end of the week, and you never know. I could be busy, or you know, I could be home watching cartoons.
That's really sad.
You think so?
Yeah. Thanks again. Have a safe week, and we're back next week. Hozay in Hollywood.
Yeah, Hozay in Hollywood.